We are back here in the PRI stage at PRI 2019 in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm joined by a couple of very happy, smiling dudes here. I got Dan Leverich on the end, and I got Joe Morrison in the middle, and they're smiling because they're going to be working together next year. It was announced early in the PRI show that Joe Morrison is now the driver of the Leverich Top Fuel Dragster, and it's big news, Joe. This is a goal that has been yours since you've been, I don't know, about this tall, probably about 10 years old. You've wanted to be the driver of a top fuel car. Now you are.
Actually, the funny thing is, Brian, is before that, I'm one of the, well, I'm sure there's more than a few people, but I can honestly say I've been going to the drag races since before I was born.
Nice.
Mom and Dad's first date was to Island Dragway, my home track in New Jersey. And Mom was pregnant with me while she was working in the timing tower.
Wow.
Hank Dinger, who is an announcer there still, and when I'm doing the nostalgia races there, Hank announces, he put on my Facebook page, he said, I'm probably the only person behind a microphone that's seen you both in a diaper and a fire suit.
That's pretty spectacular. And, you know, I've known Joe for several years now, and he has worked diligently up through the ranks. He's driven top dragster, he's driven fuel altered, he's driven alcohol-powered altereds. You know, you've been in a lot of stuff, and this has been something that you have had your eye on for a long time. So, Dan Leverich, let's talk about kind of the Leverich family's involvement in getting Joe Morrison involved. How'd the connection get made?
We met together and we just talked about his dream is to drive a top fuel car, and we seen from all his past experiences from other cars, and he's not scared to put the pedal to the metal. And we're in that stage, that's what we need now. So.
No, that's a fact. And it's been interesting watching the Leverich family program come along over the last couple of years. It's made great leaps and bounds in performance. You're getting into a good race car. Let's just talk about your mentality now. Like when this got inked, when the agreement got made, kind of what is the next step in your head now that you know you're going to be in the seat?
So, a couple of things really. I admire what they're doing on what they've had to work with. You know, just blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep.
And a family operation for me. Family's been everything in racing, and so it was a good fit really right from the beginning. So where I'm at mentally, really, it's funny. This whole thing still feels like a dream. It really does, and it'll get very real when we get testing and start doing the upgrading of my license. I do have the top alcohol dragster license that I got through Jerry Darian, which again, Jerry was an amazing teacher, and I was so comfortable in that car. So I feel like the transition will be all right. I'm sure there'll be a learning curve. Mentally, my thought is simply this. You know, they have a car that really is, you know, we'll 380 them to death, I think, this year. And so, you know, the idea is go in, qualify, and then keep them honest first round. And really what I've done every time I've moved up a level is I go in, you know, with respect to the other racers. You know, I don't want to come in and be a jackass.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, nobody wants
I'm
that.
hopefully not going to go out there and make a fool out of myself. But, you know, and I have confidence that I won't. But, you know, it's I have a ton of respect for the racers out there and for what they do, and that's just simply going to be my approach, man. I've always been a guy. Guys that have raced with me with nostalgia cars will know I've always been a guy. I've raced clean. I don't play games. I don't have to. But on the other hand, you can play games with me all you want. Nothing gets in my head.
That's a good thing.
You just can't mess with me, and try it if you think you can. So that's kind of my mentality.
I like it.
I don't want to be antagonistic, but you know what? I feel good, and I'm really excited to work with these guys, and hoping that I can bring some value to the team and help the progression of the team move along, you know?
No, it's awesome.
That's really what I'm all about.
Are you going to work with anybody, or, you know, I know you got relationships with a lot of racers out there. As you're getting ready to license up, is there anybody that you're going to be kind of maintaining contact with, not necessarily on a coaching level, but just on an advice level?
Absolutely. So I've been really lucky. I've been friends with Jack Beckman for 12 years or so, maybe a little more. Jack's been coaching me all along, actually. And my friends over at Kalitta's, it's funny, talking with Doug, and I said to Doug back in Charlotte when we were first talking, I'm like, I think I'm going to be out here next year. I'm like, you know, can I come to you? And Doug's like, listen, man, you drive that 134 fuel coupe, you can drive anything.
Nice.
But Doug said he's there for me, and there's a couple of other drivers that I speak with, but I have a ton of respect for Doug. I think he's one of the best out there, period.
Oh, absolutely.
And Jack is clearly unbelievably talented. I think just with those two guys alone, I think I'm in good hands.
No, it's good. I think it's always good to have a sounding board and someone to ask questions with it. You know you're going to get honest answers from people who have been there and done that. So, Dan, let's talk a little bit about next year. We're talking 6, 8 races. What's kind of the general idea of how many times the car is going to come out?
Well, we're expecting 6 races. We're hoping for more. We'll see how the progress goes with everything. The main thing is, you know, getting everything upgraded, get some more runs in.
Sure.
I mean, we want to run competitive first round, and we want to win some first rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the main thing is, you know, good reaction and.
You guys have been, the Leverich family has been involved in fuel racing for a long, long time. How long have you guys been at it for?
It's been about 50 years,
Yeah.
you know. So I lose count after that. So that's enough years. So.
What was the, if you can remember, what was the first year you guys, what's the first experience you remember with a fuel dragster?
Well, it was with, with NHRA is where we started. They're smaller, so that's where
Sure.
we started from. And the most, biggest experience is you never know until you push the button what can happen.
Right.
And we lost a lot of motors, and it cost a lot of money, but we learned from experience, and we always had fun, and that's what it's all about, is having fun, and that's what I found about Joe is he wants to have fun. We're not here to be drill sergeants. We're not here to tell people. We welcome anybody that wants to help out, and anybody who wants to help out on the team. There's openings where they might fit in. So
There you go. If you're watching at home, and this is not, this is a fact, there's a lot of people sitting at home that want to get their hands dirty, that want to get out to the racetrack and actually work on a fuel car. These guys are looking for help, and they'll be out. And I can guarantee you one thing: they make a good ham sandwich. After that, I can't guarantee anything else.
there'll be spiral ham.
There you go,
Yeah.
spiral ham. So now we're talking big time stuff. But Joe, to your point, I feel like what's neat about this is you're going in with great expectations, with reasonable expectations. Like you said, you're not going in there, we're going to run 360s, we're going to do this. No, go in there, get yourself comfortable, and then go out and compete and win a couple of first rounds and keep them honest.
That'd be great. And again, to Dan's point, and for anyone who was at the opening breakfast at PRI, one of the things that was the constant theme was that passion for racing.
Yeah.
And really, that's what this team has. And we feel like for the marketing partners that we're approaching now, because we put this thing together, we didn't have a clear plan for how many races we were going to
Sure.
do. We just said, you know what? It's a good fit. We all love racing, and we do it because we love it. So we're going to get out there, and we're hoping that passion translates. And we think we bring a lot to the table for a part-time team. That passion is really what's going to help us drive results for the folks that we're looking to bring on board.
Well, what's cool is you guys are another member of this army, this growing army of teams that are coming up, springing up literally all over the country. They're going to be running 6, 8, 10 races, and I feel like it is really the spice of life. These guys and girls that are going to be up here like you guys are, and hopefully you run 16 races this year, but these cars that are good and consistent, and we see them here and there, they make our lives really a lot more interesting on TV because we say, ooh, this guy is kind of a wild card here.
Absolutely. And what we're doing also, we had lunch with the Mac Attack guys yesterday. And
Oh, man, the McIntyres are great.
yeah, so you never know what's going to happen again. Thankfully, through Bob Rossetti, who works on that team, and Bob does a boatload of nostalgia funny car bodies, and it's a big world, but it's a small world. And so look, maybe some of us small teams can get together and help each other out, and everybody wins on that deal too.
Fantastic. Well, Joe Morrison will be a rookie Top Fuel driver in 2019. Dan Leverich will not be a rookie Top Fuel team owner and wrencher in 2019. As we heard, 50 years of experience in the industry. Boys, thanks for coming to hang out with us. Look forward to seeing the first appearance of you in the seat and the car make it a burnout.
Can't wait, Brian. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
You bet. Congratulations to both of you, and we'll be back with more from PRI after this.